Hey, Todd Barton here with the Barton Real Estate Group, and I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about homeowners that live inside HOAs, or sometimes called common interest communities. These are communities where there's an HOA that controls the exterior of properties. And one of the challenges that we have when a seller sells a home in an HOA is that we need the seller to purchase what's called the resale package. And the resale package is a informational package that goes from the seller, gets delivered to the buyer to let the buyer know everything there is to know about the HOA, like what their budget for the year is, whether they have any money in reserves, the rules and regulations of living in that subdivision, so that buyers know exactly what they're getting themselves into prior to buying the home. And so if you live in an HOA, you're going to be required by Nevada state law, by the way. I mean, the Homeowner Bill of Rights in the state of Nevada, which is law, says that the seller must order and pay for the HOA resale package. And so if you live in a property that has an HOA, you will have to purchase for the buyer a resale package. You'll have to deliver that to them, and then they'll have 5 days from the day they receive it to review it and make sure that they can live by the rules and regulations, and that they're okay with what the budget is, and that they're okay with the reserves and all of the other information that they're going to receive in this resale package. By the way, it comes directly from the HOA and goes directly to the buyer in a link, so that it can't be altered or changed by anybody. It's kind of a critical thing that needs to happen. So if you live in an HOA, just know there's going to be an expense that you're going to have to pay for this resale package. And in some homes, in some HOAs, you may have two HOAs. You may have a master plan community HOA and then your actual subdivision HOA within that master plan. In that case, you get to buy two HOA resale packages, which could double the expense of actually buying those packages. There's actually homes in the valley that have 3 subdivisions or 3 HOAs, and you have to buy 3 HOA resale packages. So just so that you know, if you're thinking of selling your home and you live in an HOA, there will be that expense. And in addition to that expense, there's what's called an HOA demand. What the demand is that's the HOA sending a demand letter to escrow that says that this owner of this home owes the HOA X amount of dollars. Now, in many cases, it's zero. Like, most people don't owe money to the HOA. There still has to be a demand, though. The title company, the escrow company, will have to verify with the HOA through receiving this demand that you don't owe any money. And so understand that if you live in an HOA and you're selling your home, an additional cost is the cost of ordering the HOA demands. We order those closer to the end of closing so that we make sure that we cover any expense that might pop up. If you have a dead tree and you've been assessed a fine, if there's something that's happened in the property and they've got some expense on your account that you didn't know about, it will come up when we get this demand. So just real quick, if you live in an HOA, even if you're thinking about buying a home in an HOA, just know on the other end, when you go to sell it, you will need to be able to provide an HOA resale package, and you will have to buy a demand to make sure that you don't owe any money to the HOA at the close of escrow. Hope this helps. If you have any questions about a home in an HOA, you have any questions about common interest communities and how they work and how they affect the home and how they affect the ability to live there, we're happy to have that conversation. Just reach out to the Barton Real Estate Group and we'll share with you what we know about HOAs and or common interest communities.